Monday, February 3rd. I am on evenings this week, so the house is quiet. Minus that I can hear the boys' sound machine upstairs still making thunderstorm noises. And the crows are cawing because they're very happy that we gave them peanuts. We had a very great weekend that ended with a really rough night. I tried to stay up late in kind of preparation for, I'm gonna sneeze, staying up late tonight from work because I won't get home till midnight. Then apparently Felix woke up at 2 and started wilding, as he does, and didn't go back down till 4, at which point Casper woke up. So then he came in and snuggled with me. And at one point he got up to go to the bathroom, and then he came back and slept some more. And then he went downstairs at some point. Couldn't tell you when, no idea. Peter had to wake Augie up and came in to wake me up at 7:30 to be like, hey, or 7:20 or something, can you please take Augie to daycare? Because like, I'm not doing anything this morning other than dealing with the aftermath of the weekend. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. So it's now 10:26. I'm only just having breakfast and I only have 2 hours before I have to get myself tidied up and then drive to work. So 3 hours before I have to leave, 2 hours before I should start like getting myself showered and put together and everything. So I got Augie to daycare. It's very mild outside. It's like 1 degree. And the snow is melting, which is good, but there's a ton of snow. So I shoveled the driveway a little bit when I got back. I left the bottom of it because it's so icy underneath and so heavy because it's like melting, so it's super saturated. And like, no. So I did as much as I could. I got like where Peter's car parks. I got all of that area done. Obviously I can't do where my car is because my car is there. But I did like around my car. I just wanted to make sure that when Peter gets home tonight with all of the kids, because I'll be at work, he's got space to get the wheelchair and get everyone out without them tracking like mountains of snow inside. So hopefully it melts some more. And then I'm going to check what the temperature is supposed to be, because if it looks like it's supposed to drop again, I might salt before I leave today, just so that it's not super icy. And I'm just kind of surveying the landscape, if you will. And it is a very cluttered and messy landscape. Plans for the next 2 hours, other than eating some breakfast. I've already renewed my health card and driver's license online because they expired on my birthday and I wasn't thinking because it was just a weekend. What else? Oh, I also thought I would get a letter in the mail, but I haven't got anything. I feel like I've done a lot of things, but that's about it. Yeah. So I need to unload and reload the dishwasher. I need to clear and scrub the kitchen table because it has like smudgies on it from breakfast and smudgies on it from like hot pink cheesecake. Peter made me a cheesecake and it was pink and it was great. And yeah, and maybe put some toys away, put Felix's walker back in the front hall closet. It means I have to leave the closet open, but I can at least tuck it in so it's not taking up like a huge amount of space in the family room. Clear and wipe the counters, and if I have enough time, I'll at least run the vacuum through the main floor. Yeah, and then just collect the laundry. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. I have in the hallway, I have a basket of the boys' laundry that Peter did on the weekend that has to be folded. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time for that, but I did get all of the laundry put away this morning before I took Augie to daycare, because I had to go up and get him clothes anyways. So all of that at least is done. So I figure if I can get those things accomplished after I eat breakfast in the next like hour and a half, 2 hours, that's not bad. And then hopefully I don't have a ginormous mess on my hands again tomorrow morning, because there's I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow because we're almost out of berries. So I need to get fruit for breakfasts. Peter's off tomorrow because Felix has an eye specialist appointment in London and it's at 10, and I have to leave here, so like 45 minutes, an hour away from the appointment here. I have to leave here to get to work by 1:30, 1:40 at the absolute latest, just because you never know how traffic's going to be. And so I was worried because the last time I took Felix for the eye appointment, they were super behind. We were there for like ages because like you do one part and then you have to wait for the specialist and then you do another part and then I don't know. It was like a very long ordeal. So Peter got the day off so that he can take him because I was like, I don't have the day off. I don't want to go all the way there and get halfway through the appointments and then be like, what do I do? Right? To make it to work on time. Otherwise, I can eat some breakfast and then perhaps I shall do a voiceover while I'm doing all of the other stuff I have to do. I'm going to put my audiobook on in my earbuds while I clean. So I think maybe I'll do a voiceover and do like a January recap because it was a hard month. January was a really hard month. I feel like January is always kind of tough because it feels like it just like drags on. And not because I'm like super pumped about my birthday, which like I was, but like it was like 7,500 days or whatever. It was a lot of days long and it felt like a lot more than 31. And there was a lot that happened. Was there? Was it just the one appointment? I think it was just the one appointment. I had to go to the doctors to get antibiotics because like I had a raging sinus infection and like it was just bleh. It was not a situation that you want to find yourself in. There was that, but then Felix had a developmental psychology follow-up / checkup. And like that, we were there for like 2 or something hours. It was just a lot. So I'll talk about that. I had to make like I had to like rehash it with Peter when I got home and like make notes because yeah. It was a really hard month. But it ended well. And then this last weekend was my birthday weekend, so it was good. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast now and I will catch back up with you when I try and tackle this. Revoicing this over because I 1,000% talked too much and ran out of time. January was a hot mess. I switched a weekend so I could have Augie's birthday off, which meant I worked a single weekend day for the first 3 weekends of the month, which was my choice, but also in hindsight was a terrible choice. We had an appointment with Felix's developmental psychologist. That's the doc who diagnosed him with autism when he was 2. A lot of discussion. It was approximately a 2-hour appointment going over, like the regression he had. Is it a true regression or is it just because of the traumatic experience of surgery and rehab and being away from home and everything being kind of up in the air? And she did say that usually when autism and seizures kind of coincide, once the seizures are under control, a lot of those autistic tendencies can kind of come to the forefront. And we have noticed that a lot. Like Felix, obviously with his new physical limitations, there's certain things he can't do that he used to do, but jumping is not one of them. He spends so much time on the trampoline every single day, comes home from school after dinner, he's on the trampoline, and he is most happy when he is bouncing or moving. Out in the snow, when we take them tobogganing, Felix doesn't really toboggan so much as just gets freedom to run in a field of snow because if he falls, he's not really going to hurt himself, and he is so happy. But he's also chewing a lot more. The amount of like jewelry and chewing items that we have is ridiculous. And those sorts of things. So a lot of those autistic tendencies have kind of come out more now that he's not seizing. And so the thought process from the developmental doc is that likely that is the reason behind his communication tanking over the summer. Either the reaction to the medication, not in that he was over medicated, but more he maybe was hallucinating because of it. Like all of those sorts of things that I was concerned about, less from an over medication and more because of the possible side effects other than that. We don't know if he's going to regain anything. If he does, we don't know how long it's going to take. It's not going to be months because it's already been like 7 months. It could be years, and he might not ever get back to where he was. The bonus is that he is still very young. His brain has a lot of growing still to do. And because of that, he is hopefully going to be able to kind of compensate for the fact that he functionally only has half of a brain. We also discussed the muscle tightening he has on his right side, which is the affected side. His arm, he doesn't use his right arm and hand so much. We would like to see that improve, but I don't know if it will. That's okay. But the muscle there is tightening, so his hand is almost always fisted. They do a lot of physio at school to try and stretch that out. His calf muscles are very, very tight, worse than they were before because of the toe walking. But yeah, since surgery, it's just gotten progressively worse, despite him wearing his braces whenever he's awake and us using a stretching strap to try and lengthen those calf muscles. If we don't do something, it's going to just get progressively worse and eventually will cause him a lot of pain. The next option, we are waiting on an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon and team through the children's center that he is a patient at, to see about possibly doing Botox injections in those muscles to paralyze them, which will then allow us to stretch them because he won't be able to tighten them. I don't know how this is going to impact his mobility, specifically if we do that to his calf muscles in his leg, but we will just have to see what they say. The next step after that is possible surgery, which obviously we would like to avoid if at all possible. But you have to do what you have to do to make sure your kid has the best options going forward, and if that means we have to do surgery, then I guess that's where we're at. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse because that appointment probably won't happen until sometime in the summer. So otherwise, it was a very intense appointment, and I had to rehash it all with Peter when we got home because my goodness, my brain was just mush after. And that kind of set me up for the latter half of January just being very emotionally taxing and mentally taxing. But we made it through, and now it's February. It's heart month. It's my month. I'm happy. Here we go. Okay. It's 11:50. All of that is done. I can't stop sneezing. Like, my little nose is so red. I'm sure part of it's a reflection of my shirt, but I just keep blowing my nose to try and get this little tickle to go away. So I don't want to keep sneezing. But yeah, dishwashers unloaded, reloaded, table has been scrubbed, counters have been sprayed and wiped. The sideboard is still a little bit of a mess, but it'll be better because I'm gonna take my bag when I go to work and my Kindle. My birthday cards I'm gonna leave there because I would like to set them up. Peter's supposed to pack up the Lego village from Christmas. It's just been, like I said, January's been a bit of a crapshoot, so it's not done yet. He was gonna do it yesterday. That obviously didn't happen because it's still there, and that's fine. So hopefully one of the evenings this week while I'm at work, if he can do it tonight, tomorrow, or Wednesday, that would be ideal because then it's done, and when I have my day off on Thursday, I don't have to deal with it. Not that I'm really doing anything with it, but you know what I mean? I won't have to, I can reclaim that space and put the boys' school pictures back up and blah, blah, blah. So that's the plan. I have 40 minutes before I need to go get ready for work, but I do need to make dinner for myself with the leftovers. So I need to just pack some snacks into my lunch bag. I should put my work badge back in my lunch bag too, because I might not bring a coat. Because when I work evenings, I park in the parking garage. And so I'm not really outside much, you know? So I don't like to bring a coat. I'll just bring a heavy sweater or something to get me through all of that. So we have leftover sausages, and I might just do veggie sticks and dip. So it's a good thing I didn't start the dishwasher. It's full, it's pretty much full, but I might be able to squeeze the cutting board and knife I use to make lunch, or dinner rather. I also popped, I peeled a banana, but kept it in its little peel, and popped it in the freezer this morning so that I can make a smoothie for the drive. That'll be my late lunch, my 1:30 lunch because I ate breakfast so late. sometimes I just don't have the mental capacity after dealing with all of this to also figure out like what am I making for dinner so that when he gets home with all the kids, because I'm at work, he's not to cook. This week's gonna be a little bit easier in that regard because tomorrow he's off to take Felix to the eye appointment. So he'll be home with lots of time to like cook before he go gets the kids, the other two, Casper and Bean. Thursday I don't work, so I will be home to make dinner. So I just have to like, I wrote on the calendar, you can't see it because it's like way up at the top there. I wrote on the calendar, I redid it for February. It looks really cute, lots of little hearts. But literally I have not figured out dinner for Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Tuesday and Thursday just says Peter's home, Sarah's home. But I'm thinking for Thursday, if I make something substantial in like amount, then I won't have to cook myself. Actually, I don't have to worry about bringing dinner on Friday because we're gonna do pizza party. The gals and I that I'm working with on the evening shift, we're gonna get pizza, and then on that same day, because I won't be home, Peter will just have the leftovers from whatever I make on Thursday. So I have a couple Instagram people that I've been following that have some good recipes. The downside is that the kids are in that like kind of picky stage. So like trying to get vegetables into them, real challenge. I'm not a big fan because like Casper used to eat legit everything. Sweet potato, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, rapini, like you name it, this kid ate it. And now he and Augie, like you try to make them like a fajita or burrito, and like I always make sure I chop up like bell peppers and saute them to like mix in with like, you know, your meat, your cheese, your sour cream, whatever. Casper occasionally will venture out with some like lettuce crumbles, but otherwise, no. Which, I mean, more for me and Peter, but also please eat some freaking vegetables, children. Yeah, anyways, that's all I got for right now. I am going to try to keep this short. I hope that you're still with me because my God, I really thought I would have more, not more time, but like more energy when I have time to like actually do this because it's fun. I enjoy it. But you know, it's just been a bit of a slog lately. So here's to hoping February's looking up. Do you want to know what's sad? I didn't even get to do a workout today. I can go grab my kettlebell out of the laundry room and I can just do what I did the other day. Because I'm so deconditioned, my glutes and my quads were on fire for like days after. So maybe I'll just do that. I'll do as much as I can fit in before I have to go shower. Maybe my coworker will want to go for a walk with me. Even if it's just around the hospital. Go do the stairs or something. Okay. Onward. Stick around. There's more coming. Like what? Maybe I'm going to do a what I've been reading lately or books I have consumed because there have been many. And some sewing. I have some sewing projects that I need to do. And I have to do some vinyl cutting for work. I say have to, choose to, but I got to do that. So that might be a tomorrow project. Okay, onward.